Question from my subscriber L Train, fellow mathematician. Is there any temptation for me to use steroids? Question of the century. Okay. Me as a natty, promoting the natural lifestyle. Have I ever thought, maybe go to the dark side, take steroids? And the honest answer is yes. Almost every day I have the temptation to take steroids. In fact, starting out, I didn't know if I was going to take steroids or not. And early in my career, when I was even more obsessed with this stuff than I am now, where it was taking over my life, I was thinking of taking steroids when I was like maybe 35 or 40, when I peak my natural potential, and then be strongest man in the world and get the world records. I wanted to be, if I were to take steroids, it would be the strongest man in the world, or powerlifters, or mostly world's strongest man. It would be the best ever. That's the only time I would ever take steroids, to be the strongest man in the world, or the world record holder. Otherwise, I just enjoy the journey. I do it for myself, and I'm already big naturally. I'm already doing great things naturally. I choose the natural route. Yeah, I'm a boring ass natty. Oh, shame on me for being natural. I mean, you shouldn't be natural because it's an abomination. You should be on steroids like everyone else. Natural is the excuse for being weak. That's what one fat ass told me a long time ago. And I out deadlifted him even if he was on steroids. But he was able to squat and bench more than me. And yeah, as far as that goes, only if to be the best ever, I would take steroids. Only to be world's strongest man, I would take steroids. Otherwise, I just what's this, man? Otherwise, I'll just be as natty, lifetime natural, because I care about my health. I put health, even though getting big and strong is not the healthiest endeavor, but it's even unhealthier if you take steroids. And I want to set an example for everyone for what you can achieve naturally if you put in a long ass time doing it of correct way and dedication, which is why I'm doing it naturally in the first place. That's why I did it for 10 years, but you could check out my 10-year progression and transformation if you want to on how I progress over 10 years doing it naturally. And then a 15-year transformation will come next, and then the ultimate 20-year. And then I guess it'll go by fives after that. 20-year milestone, then 25, 30 if fortunate. And yeah, it's the journey for me, really. It's about the journey. It's about proving what could be done naturally. I'd rather be proof, because there are too many people like, oh, steroids this, steroids that. You should do it naturally. I want to. I want to prove it could be done naturally. I want to be living proof that you could achieve greatness naturally. That's why I do it naturally, and why I'm not taking steroids. And people are free to take steroids. They really shouldn't on a health standpoint, but if it's unfortunately to be highly competitive at the highest competitive level in a non-tested federation, you'll have to take steroids. And especially even in mainstream sports, you'll have to take steroids, unfortunately, if you want to be number one. Unless you like compete in IPF. And even IPF, some of them take steroids. So, but it could be done naturally in IPF. But in other mainstream sports and non-tested federations, you have to take steroids. But I'm not competing to be the best. I'm competing for myself. I want to be, I just compete to be the freakiest, developed muscle mass and well-rounded strength natural in my own right. Not the strongest. I'm already brutally strong, but I'm not claiming to be the strongest. I'm not claiming to be the biggest either. I'm gonna be big as hell. Just doing this for myself, really. Just want to be my own person. So, I'm tempted to use steroids every day, especially when I see people like Larry Wheels and one other dude who is very young, who squats like 415 like an empty bar, and warm and does like over 700 pounds for a set of 10 or a set of 8. And people like that, I was like, man, if I took steroids, I'd be blasting all these people. And people like Dallas McCarver, who unfortunately didn't end well, rest in peace. I was like, man, if I took steroids, imagine what size I'll be. I'll probably be close to that size, depending on what drugs I took. Because I already have the size naturally. But really, I'd rather be a healthy version of myself. I'm trying to be healthier ultimately. And I'd rather be of course, strong, obviously, and have muscle, obviously. So, if the temptation's always there, and it's always going to be, what if I go head to head with Larry Wheels beside the bench in overhead press, and me being weight class above him, obviously. I mean, I'll have a better physique than him. He'll just be more shredded than me. I'll just I mean, I'll be bigger than Larry Wheels. He'll just have more weight class. I'll probably have a bigger squat or around the same squat. I'll definitely rep his deadlift. He'll have a bigger bench regardless. But yeah, I'm gonna stay natural for life. I chose my natural path. Yeah, I'm boring. Yeah, I'm not gonna get the subscribers. I mean, not gonna get the followers, not gonna make the money off the sport like all the juice heads do because they're more entertaining than someone like me. But it doesn't matter. I don't do this for fame. I do this because I want the way I. It's a lifestyle for me. The lifestyle of my choice. If I get famous, fine. If I don't, fine. I don't do it for fame or money primarily. I just have to find other means of making money. And this is really just strictly a passion for me. I'm as passionate as those people about this, but except I do it naturally. Otherwise, we're pretty much the same people. I just do it naturally. That's the difference. And I care about my health more. The only thing I don't care about my health as much is maybe they might have a better diet sometimes. Uh, what else? And not all of them. I'm talking about people like Larry Wheels or people who are like shredded and stuff. Because most powerlifters have a worse diet than me, actually. They have a seafood diet. Anyway, what else? Yeah, and this is my stance. I mean, you're free to take your steroids. I just promote being natty. I get into fights, especially when I say natty or congrat people for being natty, and then insecure, triggered ass motherfuckers are just like, oh, doesn't matter if you're natty. Only weak people say you're natty. Natty's an excuse for being weak. You must not like your lips if you're natty. Your lips don't matter if you're natty. You probably don't like, your lips aren't that impressive for being natty. Most of these people who say that are on steroids, and not just that. If they didn't take steroids, they'd be fuck ton weaker than me, because they weren't shit before they took steroids, and that's a fact. Especially compared to what I've accomplished, they weren't shit before they took steroids. Get off steroids and come back to me and see what you can do. And don't talk your shit. I never said you couldn't take your steroids. I said I'm just promoting the natural lifestyle. I'm just promoting being natural. But then you people just want to be dicks about it because you're insecure. You obviously don't like taking steroids. You're obviously triggered about it. You're obviously insecure about your own steroid use that you take it out on other people who are natural. Grow the fuck up. Nut up, nigga.